Hello everyone, welcome to Chelsea Sport Focus. But before we dive in, make sure to subscribe so you never miss a moment of breaking news. Let's get started.
Chelsea's pursuit of RB Leipzig star Xavi Simons has taken a significant step forward as reports now confirm that the Bundesliga club has opened talks to sign a potential replacement for the Dutch midfielder. This development provides the clearest indication yet that Leipzig are preparing for life without the 22-year-old playmaker, and it puts Chelsea firmly in the driving seat to complete one of the most exciting deals of the summer. Xavi Simons has been one of the most closely watched talents in European football over the past 2 seasons. After bursting onto the scene at PSV Eindhoven and continuing his rise in Germany with Leipzig, his stock has continued to climb, with elite clubs across the continent monitoring his situation. Now, Chelsea appear to be in pole position to land the versatile and dynamic attacking midfielder, as signs from the German camp suggest a transfer is not only possible, it is likely. Standard Sport had already reported weeks ago that Chelsea were actively exploring the terms of a potential deal for Simons. Despite already strengthening their attack with the arrivals of João Pedro, Liam Delap, and Jamie Gittens, the Blues have not closed the door on further reinforcements. In fact, they've doubled down on their ambition, and Simons remains a top target. The recent unveiling of Brazilian wonderkid Estevão Willian, who will join up with the squad officially ahead of the 2025-26 campaign, was another major step in reshaping Chelsea's future, especially under the tactical guidance of new head coach Enzo Marresca. Estevão's arrival reflects Chelsea's commitment to building a youthful, fearless, and highly technical squad. Yet even with this influx of attacking talent, the club sees room and reason to pursue Simons. One of the key motivations behind Chelsea's continued push for attacking reinforcements is the departure of Noni Madueke, who completed a surprise move to Arsenal earlier in the summer. Madueke's exit has left a void in the wide attacking areas and added urgency to Chelsea's plans to bring in a player who can operate with similar flair and end product. Xavi Simons fits that profile perfectly. Last season, he registered 11 goals and 8 assists in all competitions, a strong return that underlines both his creativity and his finishing ability. Speculation about Simons' future reached fever pitch after he was left out of RB Leipzig's squad during their recent pre-season friendly defeat to Atalanta. His absence was widely interpreted as a sign that something was brewing behind the scenes, especially as Leipzig had been silent on the reasoning. That silence has now been broken, in action if not in words. Reports from The Athletic have confirmed that Leipzig have begun discussions with Liverpool over a possible deal for Harvey Elliott, who is being considered as a direct replacement for Simons. This move from Leipzig could be seen as a quiet admission that the Dutch international is on his way out. Though discussions with Liverpool over Elliott are still said to be in the early stages, the fact that the German side is actively searching for replacements strengthens the belief that Simons is set to move, and Chelsea are poised to capitalize. Elliott, who has been a promising figure at Liverpool over the past few seasons, finds himself facing an uncertain future at Anfield. With the club recently finalizing a sensational £116 million move for Bayer Leverkusen star Florian Wirtz, now the most expensive signing in Liverpool's history, Elliott's playing time is expected to decrease significantly. The young Englishman has publicly admitted that he will consider his options, especially if regular minutes are no longer guaranteed. Leipzig's interest in Elliott isn't just a casual inquiry, it's a strategic move. Elliott is seen as a player with the technical skill, creativity, and versatility to replace Simons in their attacking midfield structure. That Leipzig are already making plans and initiating talks with his camp is a strong sign that they are ready to let Simons go, but only once they've lined up a viable successor. For Chelsea, this is a golden opportunity. Negotiations with Leipzig over Simons have been complex and sensitive, especially given the nature of Leipzig's past dealings with top clubs and their desire to retain value for their best talents. But with the German club now acting to fill the void Simons would leave, the path is finally clearing. It also plays perfectly into the strategy being developed at Stamford Bridge. Enzo Marresca is known for favoring a high-intensity, positionally fluid system, one that requires intelligent midfielders who can drift between lines, press with energy, and contribute both defensively and offensively. Simons has showcased all of those qualities in his young career. He's a player who can feature as a number 10, operate on the wings, or even drop into deeper creative roles depending on the shape of the game. Chelsea's board has been convinced by Simons' profile and character. While his talent is evident on the pitch, those around the player describe him as a grounded, focused professional with a winning mentality. That combination of ability and attitude fits the new culture being built at Chelsea, which emphasizes growth, responsibility, and hunger for success. The final hurdle, of course, will be agreeing on a fee. Leipzig, despite beginning to plan for life after Simons, are unlikely to let him go on the cheap. They know how much he's worth and will drive a hard bargain. Chelsea, though, have the resources and the willpower to get this deal over the line, especially now that they've cleared some wage space with Maduke's departure and are balancing their squad after a series of summer exits and arrivals. For fans, this is a moment of anticipation. Chelsea are on the verge of securing not just a signing, but a true game changer. If Simons does arrive, he will join a Chelsea side that's evolving rapidly, blending youthful promise with tactical discipline under Maresca's leadership. And for Simons himself, a move to the reigning world champions would offer a stage unlike any other: the Premier League spotlight, the Champions League stage, and the backing of a club hungry to return to dominance. In short, all signs now point toward Xavi Simons trading Leipzig red for Chelsea blue. With Leipzig already plotting their next steps, and Chelsea growing increasingly confident, the story is no longer about if, but when. After weeks filled with speculation, rumors, and an avalanche of transfer gossip swirling around his future, Alejandro Garnacho has finally taken a definitive step toward what could be one of the most shocking Premier League transfers in recent memory. Widely regarded as one of Manchester United's brightest young talents, Garnacho has now reached a personal agreement with Chelsea, as confirmed by the ever-reliable Fabrizio Romano. This news comes as a thunderbolt across the Premier League landscape, especially considering the context and tension between Manchester United and Chelsea in recent seasons. Garnacho, just 21 years old, has long been seen as a beacon of hope at Old Trafford. From the moment he burst onto the scene through United's academy ranks, fans pinned high hopes on the electric Argentine winger. His pace, fearlessness, and raw flair made him one of the few bright spots in a team struggling for consistency. Yet, despite the immense potential and flashes of brilliance, Garnacho's future at United has grown increasingly uncertain over the past months. United's transfer business this summer hinted at a major overhaul in their attacking department. New manager Ruben Amorim has already brought in 2 forward reinforcements to reshape the front line, and RB Leipzig striker Benjamin Sesko is widely expected to become the third significant attacking addition. Amid this reshuffling, several players have been told they are free to leave the club, Garnacho among them. Even though he remained officially on the books at United, insiders have revealed that the club's hierarchy made it clear to his camp that they were open to offers. Interest in the winger came from several corners of Europe, but Chelsea's determination stood out from the rest. For a few weeks, talks remained quiet on the surface, but behind closed doors, the London club had intensified their push to secure the Argentine's signature. Now, after much internal negotiation, Chelsea have successfully agreed on personal terms with Garnacho, a significant breakthrough that signals how serious the Blues are about bringing the United starlet to Stamford Bridge. Fabrizio Romano, who has consistently provided accurate updates during the transfer window, confirmed the deal on Friday morning. According to Romano, the next phase of the process is the negotiation of a transfer fee between the 2 English giants. While the exact fee United are demanding has not been publicly disclosed, reports suggest that they are holding out for a premium valuation, knowing that Chelsea's interest is strong and genuine. This potential transfer is not just about money or talent, it is layered with historical, emotional, and strategic implications. Garnacho, should the deal go through, would become the latest in a line of high-profile players to cross the divide between these 2 fierce rivals. Jadon Sancho, who spent the previous season on loan at Chelsea before the Blues opted against a permanent move, is a recent example. On the flip side, Mason Mount's surprise transfer to United in 2023 from Chelsea also stirred emotions among both fan bases. In total, no fewer than 18 players have swapped shirts between Manchester United and Chelsea throughout Premier League history. But Garnacho's case is different. He is young, dynamic, and still has the potential to become one of the top wingers in world football. A move of this magnitude, at this stage of his development, sends a strong message about Chelsea's vision for the future and United's willingness to restructure their squad, even if it means letting go of a once untouchable academy gem. Chelsea have made it clear that they are building a project centered around youth, speed, and technical ability. Garnacho fits that profile perfectly. Under Enzo Marresca, who values verticality, high-pressing systems, and explosive wide play, Garnacho could thrive. The club's faith in young players is evident through their recruitment strategy this summer, which has included several prospects under the age of 23. Garnacho, despite being just 21, already has substantial Premier League and Champions League experience, which gives him a unique edge among his generational peers. Manchester United fans, meanwhile, are divided. Some are disheartened by the possibility of losing a player who symbolized their hopes for a new era. Others believe that the current project under Amorim requires sacrifices, and if Garnacho is not in the manager's long-term plans, then it is better to sell now while his value is high. Nonetheless, watching a player of his caliber potentially flourish at Stamford Bridge will sting if he turns into the world-class winger many predicted he would become. There are still hurdles to clear. Chelsea and United must now engage in what are expected to be intense and potentially drawn-out negotiations regarding the transfer fee. While Chelsea are eager to close the deal, they are also unlikely to overpay, especially with financial fair play regulations looming large over all major clubs. United, for their part, know they hold the power to delay or even block the move unless their financial expectations are met. But if recent reports are anything to go by, both clubs are motivated to strike a deal. Garnacho has already indicated a desire to make the move, swayed by Chelsea's project and the promise of a more central role under Marresca. His entourage believes a new environment could help accelerate his development and offer a fresh start after a season filled with internal club issues, tactical shifts, and uncertainty. After many weeks of speculation, countless transfer rumors, and fan debates across social media, the Garnacho to Chelsea saga has taken a decisive step forward. With personal terms agreed, all eyes now turn to the negotiation table where Chelsea and Manchester United must find common ground. If they do, one of the most exciting young players in Europe could soon be wearing blue. For Chelsea fans, this is a potential statement signing. For United fans, it could be a painful reminder of what could have been. For the Premier League as a whole, it's another chapter in the ever-dramatic, always unpredictable world of English football transfers.